What's up, family? How are y'all, man? Tarzan Tone here again. Happy holidays, New Year's, all good stuff. As y'all can see, it's a good day today over here in Philly. This is about like one of the highest temperatures we're gonna get in January, for real. I'm over here at the roof project as I was working on the previous videos that I was sharing with y'all before, where the roof was kind of like on an angle. I had the jungle gym, so yeah, I got the ladders and stuff on the back, so I'm back on the jungle gym again. But today I just wanted to take a moment to share with you guys. I wanted to kind of talk about the ways of making money within the field, and certain different avenues that you can make money. I know, of course, a lot of people see the grand and sexy stuff of being a real estate developer, and then also you got people within the trades, but maybe some people may not truly understand, even though we all the trades is within the skill set, but how people may get their work. Of course, word of mouth references and actual projects you've done is always going to be a big one. But as an out there, if you're somebody who's interested and want to kind of get to know, and let's just say you're a journeyman or need somebody, you can do like other projects on the side where as if you're like a handyman, whereas you could do things where as small as wall repairs, maybe light painting or so, little small carpentry things towards all around the house. Like these things, they're all priced out, and they're all services, of course, and then it's also then again finding the market for those things. But that's definitely an avenue, whereas you could maybe see yourself kind of starting in that case. There's also, then you got also what I do as property maintenance. That's another lane, where you kind of get with the investor, get with the developer, because the other side of people doing the investments, multi-units and everything else, and then having tenants move in is also the upkeep. So of course you can make money within on the build as you being the contractor, and the contractor or the subcontractors or whatever that's coming and doing the work. But then also after the project is finished, you can also still make money. Well, kind of make us continuously making money, meaning as maintaining the building, having the upkeep, because these things are important to keep the costs low on the investor, on the developer. Really got to understand that maintenance is going to save you money long term, and it's within having a good relationship of who they choose. So that's why I'm saying, that's also a lane, as if you're a person that's within the skilled tradesman or so, and you have certain skills that can definitely be beneficial to the developer or investor's property. Hey man, like that's an opportunity. That's those ways to kind of keep building yourself, working on your skill, and putting yourself out there. Now the one of the hardest things is it's a tough market. It's a lot of people who do or claim to do what we do, and you really gotta kind of like set yourself apart within that, and you'll be able to do that by the experience, building these relationships and getting to understand how things go, understand the buildings of what you're dealing with, because that's also a big thing that also investors and developers that we run into, is that if they don't have the same contractor still with them or not still working with them after they did the build, then you have a new contractor coming in, and let's just say there's not prints, there's not or he's took the drawings or so with him. You now have to find somebody within the expertise of the field that now has to relearn the building, how everything go mechanics, because of course there are certain things that are the same, like the concepts are the same, but how they're ran, how the layout is, how the architecture is different based on every building. So if you don't have somebody who's familiar with the building, now you have to find somebody who's specialized, that's enough to come in here and say, all right, well, this is how I believe it should run. This is where we should go from here and there, and then the expertise and stuff, and all of that will come into play. But it's plenty of ways of how technical difficulty, but we're gonna keep this rolling. But as I was saying before, like basically to get back to the point, there's different ways you can go about in the field, whereas you can still make money here. Whereas, you know, on a smaller scale, we would call it as like a hustle, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, ideally, you know, the thing is you want to work towards, so you get towards the bigger projects and build those relationships with those other bigger clients and developers, investors, or whatever have you. But this is still a lane where people still need work done. There is a way where you can still serve, you know, a market to be served, basically, you know. So I definitely would like to send this message out just to encourage people, well, guys that's within the field, that may be journeymen or kind of be feeling as, you know, certain things didn't work out their way. So, you know, they're kind of like, they have skills, but not able to find, you know, with working with somebody. Well, these are other ways of how you can just come along. Hey, like, listen, I can do this, knock on neighbors' doors, or you just hear somebody have something going on, and, you know, be the solution. You know, because that's what it comes. Then it starts turning into that you're solution based. You know, that's basically what I do all day. Really, what it turns into, solving problems. But back to it, like I was just saying in the beginning, yeah, man, there's plenty of ways you go about it. Like as I was saying, maintenance man wise, handyman, and then keep working your way up until you able to get bigger projects with, or, you know, and have people that can trust you. You build your name reputable. So things keep going, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. Stay tuned. All right, just wanted to take the time to kind of highlight this floor that we installed for a client about 2 years ago. He has had about 2 rounds of tenants that's in there, and as you can see, this floor is still intact, basically still looks the same way as we have installed it. This is an AquaGuard laminate floor that we have purchased from Floor & Decor. This floor is also waterproof, so spillings, anything else, kids, runs. It has great durability quality too. I definitely like to suggest that to all developmenters and people who's interested in the units. You want a product that's going to last and that, you know, it's not going to cost you in the future. This is definitely a good one. Also, they had a property manager on the site, the tenant's cat. Yeah, buddy, I wanted to make sure I was doing my job good. Thanks.